Battle of Titans. India has set a competitive target of 250 runs for New Zealand. Can Indian bowlers set up to defend, or will New Zealand chase it down? India innings saw early setbacks as both openers departed quickly, but a crucial partnership between Shreyas Iyer and Akshar Patel steadied the ship for India. Iyer led the charge with a well-compiled half-century, and Hardikpandya towards the end played a flamboyant knock of 45 runs, ensuring India posted a fighting total. Over the next half hour, we will break down India's innings, analyze key moments and discuss how the team should plan against New Zealand in the second half. Team India put up 249 runs for the loss of 9 wickets against New Zealand in their final Group A encounter of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 in Dubai. Put into bat first, India saw a rare top 3 failure. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli were dismissed cheaply. Shreyas Iyer led India's fight back with a gritty half-century after early jolts. He added 98 runs with Akshar Patel to bring Indian innings back on track. Iyer top scored with 79 runs, while Patel was out for 42 runs. In the latter part of the innings, Hardik Pandya played a cameo of 45 runs to help India reach a competitive total. Matt Henry was pick of the bowlers with 5 scalps. So Shreyas Iyer scoring 79, Hardik Pandya 45, Matt Henry taking 5 wickets for 42. So it's going to be an interesting contest of bat on ball in Dubai, as India posted a tricky total of 249 and New Zealand needs 250 runs to win this match, and there is no pressure on both the teams as both of them have already booked their place in the semi-finals of the tournament. But the seedings today will define and will decide who will play whom in this ICC Champions Trophy semi-final. If India wins the match, then they will play the second place team in the Group B, that is Australia. And if New Zealand wins, then they will play Australia. So many permutation and combinations are there ahead of the semi-final, and this is the last group game of the ICC Champions Trophy. On 4th, India will play their semi-finals in Dubai, and the second semi-final will be played on 5th of March. So to break down this thrilling contest, we have an expert panel with us. Joining us, the former cricketer Ajay Mehra. He will join later, bringing his deep insights into the game. And from Dubai, we have senior journalist Vimal Kumar providing on-ground updates and expert analysis. And from our own correspondent Siddharth Bhardwaj will also join us from Delhi and will keep us updated with the key stats and developments. And first, coming to you, Vimal. Thanks for joining us, and you are witnessing all the updates there on ground zero in Dubai. Vimal, India managed to put up 250-run target on a turning track. Do you think this total is competitive, or will it require an exceptional bowling effort to defend?
I think India would be happy to to set a target of 250 for this New Zealand side. If you look at the kind of a start India had, in fact disastrous start if we can use that word, 30 for 3, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli, all 3 batsmen gone. And make no mistake, these all 3 are batsmen not only top order or top quality batsmen in this Indian time. If you look at the ICC ranking, they are the top 6 batsmen in the ICC ranking. And New Zealand had a great start. But the beauty of this Indian team is they are not dependent on one individual brilliance. And here, if you look at someone like Shreyas Iyer, who was almost all set for his 100, and he just loves Kiwi attack. Remember what he did during the 2023 ODI World Cup. So overall, if you look at, not too bad, if I can say that, because despite the failure of the top order, India still managed to post a very competitive total. In fact, I would rather go and say it is a defendable total, because Varun Chakravarti has come in this side. He has been the only change, and on this wicket, the mystery spinner, New Zealand has never faced him in ODI cricket. That's going to be a fascinating contest.
Siddharth is also joining us. Siddharth, the way Vimal mentioned that it was a top order struggle here, and it was a rare failure if you talk about the top three. How concerning is this, especially with the knockout stages in mind?
As simple as that, Narayan, that the aim is to actually continue the winning momentum. They won both the two matches against Bangladesh and Pakistan, and this too is a very crucial match, although it is tagged as a dead rubber, but it actually is not a dead rubber, because it's very motivating when you're going into the semi-finals while winning the previous match. Apart from that, the way that they have played, yes, definitely it's a concerning thing to an extent, Narayan, because as far as Team India is concerned, then when the top order is rattled, the middle order struggles to make run. But today they have played an incredible innings. When you talk about Shreyas Iyer, when you talk about his 79, when you talk about Akshar Patel, you talk about Hardik Pandya, run a ball 45 for 45, and the way he has played, during the end overs is something very, very incredible. At a point in time, it was looking like that Team India will certainly score somewhere around 220, 230, but the way he has, anchored the innings, it's truly incredible. Yes, a concerning factor, perhaps a little disappointing factor for the Indian fans would be those 5-6 runs which he could have added. In the last overs, he didn't take runs. There was 2. The catch was dropped, but he could have taken those 2 runs. This is something, which is now irking the Indian fans. But apart from that, the target, it's a very defendable target. Looking at the bowling attack, which we are also discussing, Narayan, we have good spinners, and you spin it and you win it. This is the key to this match, and this is the key to this wicket. If the spinners will definitely bowl fantastic deliveries, then it will be very difficult for New Zealand side to actually chase that particular target, Narayan.
As you mentioned about the spinning track, coming to Vimal, one of the most helpful track for the spinners so far in Dubai, and India have lost only 2 wickets to spinners today. So India batters handled spinner well, or do you see this as a crucial advantage for India in the second innings, as India has 4 specialists? We can say the spinners are there.
Narayan, I think one of the great thing about this Dubai pitch is it is good. Actually, it's an old-fashioned ODI kind of wicket where there is something for everyone. Obviously, yes, it is not easy for the fast bowlers. But look at Matt Henry; he got 5 wickets. So that shows. Even Jamieson, the way he bowled in the beginning of his spells. So this wicket has something for everyone. If you apply yourself, like we saw the Indian top order losing their wickets against the fast bowler, then the New Zealand spinner Mitchellsantner bowled very well. Other spinners bowled very well. The only thing, I think India will be happy that they have 4 bowlers, 4 top quality spinners who, if needed, they can bowl 40 overs of a spin. And that is something very few teams can afford to have. And besides that, if you look at India's fast bowling attack, 2 fast bowler, pure fast bowler, like whether it's Hardik Pandya or Mohammad Shami. So overall, it's a very versatile bowling attack, and it won't be easy. The only good thing for New Zealand is that under lights, it becomes slightly easier to bat on. But having a good total on the wicket, the kind of attack, especially as I just mentioned previously, Varun Chakravarti's element. He's the mystery spinner, and that could be that his spell, I think, would be very critical from India's point of view.
As you mentioned, Vimal, that he will bring the mystery angle for the Indian squad. But do you think Indian squad missed Rishabh Pant today?
We can always argue. There are always 2 ways of arguing. You want to test your bench strength, especially someone like as exceptional as Rishabh Pant. But at the same time, I can understand the logic, because I have been watching the net session, interacting with all these players. The thing is that nobody wants to disturb the winning momentum. It's just a short tournament. You see, there have been gaps, but the overall, you just play to win the trophy. You just need to win 3 good games. Like obviously, India won the 2 games and they were in the semi-final. They win the semi-final and then the final. So you don't want to risk it. And what if, like the problem, it puts team management in a catch-22 situation. I was speaking to Ravichandran Ashwin the other day, and he told me the same thing. He said that even if we play Rishabh Pant and if he scores 100, what would you do in the next game? Who do you drop? Because then again, everyone will say, oh, Rishabh Pant, he has got 100 and you are dropping him from the semi-final. So sometimes it is an embarrassment of riches for a team like India, that like people like Rishabh Pant, he can walk into any 11. If you ask the previous 2 games India have played against Bangladesh or Pakistan, They would die to have someone like Rishabh Pant. But that is how Indian cricket is. We have some great talent at this point of time. And if India can translate those talent into performance, I don't think winning Champions Trophy will be a tough ask.
Right, as you mentioned, it's a catch-22 situation. Definitely, it's also a headache for the selectors, as you mentioned. If you score 100 today, definitely in the next game, it will again a selection dilemma for the selector. Talking about the next player who today just turned the tide for the Indian team, and our former cricketer Ajay Mehra is also joining us. Ajay, a very warm welcome to the show. And talking about, we were already discussing the match, and talking about Shreyas Iyer played a crucial knock, Ajay, today despite falling to the short ball. How do you assess his role in the India's middle order given his performance in the pressure games like the World Cup semi-finals too?
I feel he's doing a terrific job because, India today, Narayan was struggling. India was 30 for 3. And, Shreyas Iyer, he walked in, he played a fantastic innings. He was looking good. I think, he's got the temperament, he's got the skills, he's batted well. That partnership he had with Akshar Patel was really important for India. I feel, he's doing the job because you need a batsman, who can just change his gears in one-day cricket as well. We all know he's a very good white ball player. Sometimes you mentioned, as a player, you might get out on a short pitch delivery. That happens, because you are trying to, up the tempo as well. You're trying to step on the gas. You're trying to get some quick runs as well. But today, I think, his footwork, his skills, the way he played on the offside, he was taking the singles as well. I think it was a really good knock because you got to remember New Zealand are a good bowling side. They started up pretty well. We saw Matt Henry picking up 5 wickets today. Jamieson, the way he bowled, Santner as well. So, under those situation, under pressure, soaking in the pressure, I think Shreyas Iyer was really good today, Narayan.
Definitely a fantastic innings by Shreyas Iyer. So, hoping that in the second innings to India, the way the second part will play well. Siddharth, coming to you again. If you talk about this contest, 249 and 250 is the target, will you call it a 50-50 contest, or definitely, looking at the condition, the spinning condition, India has an advantage here?
I say this, that you spin it and you win it. Along with that, what you need today is good fielding side. That's what you want to see on the ground. And you can see, you had seen, in fact, how New Zealanders, they have fielded today while India was on an aggressive mode. So yeah, fielding will definitely play a pivotal role. Apart from that, if the deliveries are right, they're spinning, like we say, we have 4 top quality bowlers today in the squad. And if, everyone will pitch in with their 200%, then definitely we are, winning this encounter. What we need are the early wickets as much as possible. Around in 20 overs, at least we need 3 to 4 wickets. That's what I believe, otherwise, this side, what they do, they make run a ball, and by the end of the innings, toward the end of the innings, they change their gear like anything, and they start hitting all around the park. When you have wickets in your kitty, you are fearless and you play all around the park, you hit those bowlers. So that's what we need today is some early wickets and some good spinning. It's a spinning track. We all know that we need some good deliveries as well, and some fielding, good fielding, quality fielding. This must have been discussed in the dressing room as well when Rohit Sharma and company stepped onto the greens. That fielding has to be top class today along with the bowling. So all in all, yes, 249, but they are a good side. They are the best in the world. Today I'm wearing Indian jersey as well, Narayan. I would still say India. And when they'll bowl, I really hope that we'll come out with flying colours. India will come out with flying colours, and they will be going into semi-finals with a great morale. And I definitely hope that I expect it to be a neck-and-neck encounter. But by the end of the day, I would like to say that we will come out with flying colours. Narayan,
definitely, we will come up with flying colours. Vimal, talking about this spinning track, it was the turn today was around 4.5 degrees, the highest so far in Dubai. So how much this is going to play a crucial role as the pitch deteriorates further?
See, the only I think there is definitely assistance for the slow bowlers, the spinners. But the good thing, if you look at from New Zealand point of view, they have some quality batters in their batting lineup, and they have done exceptionally well. Remember, I know that these were two different formats. When New Zealand came to India few months back, nobody expected them to trounce India by 3-0 in red ball cricket. They won the series after so many years. And if you look at especially the way they attack, if you look at all their batsmen, Rachinravindra has such a great record against the Indian spinners. So overall, I think this is going to be a very even contest, I would say. And someone like we have obviously spoken about Varun Chakravarti, but I think someone like Kuldeep Yadav, he may not be a mystery spinner, but he's as effective. So probably India, if you look at India, has 3 left arm spinners, and all bring different angle, different varieties, and that will not be easy. The only thing I expect that if the new ball bowlers like Hardik Pandya and Mohammad Shami, if they can get early wickets like the New Zealand seamer did for their team, I think this is going to help Indian spinners.
Definitely. Thanks, Vimal, for joining us and giving a perspective of the match from Dubai. Thanks a lot. Coming to you, Ajay, back. The way things happen, and right now India is batting, the New Zealand is batting at 16-4, no loss, and Mohammad Shami and Hardik Pandya are the India's bowling attack. Do you think that India should start with the spin also in the power play, or should they stick to the pace in the first 10 overs?
Spinners today, Hardik, of course, is all-rounder. No Harshad Rana today for the Indian side. So I do feel, the spinners will be coming in early. As you mentioned, could be before the power play as well, because both the left-arm spinners, Akshar, Jadeja, they'll have a big role as well. Varun, I think it's a good opportunity for him. And I think it's a good move by India, because Harshad Rana, being a pace bowler, he's got the pace behind him. New Zealand batters, sometimes they struggle against spin. So you're playing to your, potential, you're playing to your strength. So I think it's a good move by the Indian team, and it's going to be a test. See, India and New Zealand, they've already qualified, Narayan. So it's just that you want to go with the momentum into the semi-finals. This game is more, you can just test a few bowlers. Yes, India batting, the way they came back, I thought that was a big positive. But I feel the Indian spinners can do the job on the surface. I was covering a tournament here, Narayan, just about 30 days back. And it was a big international tournament as well. So I saw these conditions. I was in Dubai, and I know this wicket will turn. So it's going to be helping the spinners. But the only problem in the evening becomes a bit cooler. There's a bit of breeze as well across the ground, and the dew might set in. So if dew sets in, I think the captain, Rohit Sharma, and even think tank would be thinking about getting spinners pretty early as possible. So I think that's going to be the ploy for India.
Definitely, that's be the ploy for the India in that case. And definitely it's right now the score is 17 for no loss for the New Zealand, and India really needs early wickets to stay in this match. So Siddharth, coming back to you, right now the score line is 17 for no loss right now. So how do you think that India should apply their strategy so that they can get some early wickets? You know that, as we early mentioning, that it's a spinning track, and do you think it's the right time to bring some spinners and take some advantage?
See, Narayan, India came into this match, by winning against Bangladesh and Pakistan, and then in both these two encounters, they have batted second. This time around, they batted first, and they're bowling second. So there is not much room when it comes to experimenting with the bowlers. But yeah, definitely it's 17 or perhaps 18 for 18 for no loss as we talk. But yeah, it's little early to say, but they certainly need some early wickets, to this game in order to clinch this particular encounter, because the target, the score which they made, 249, is a good total, but we cannot say on this track it's a very nice total. So, but what they need, like I was earlier discussing as well, they need some quick wickets. Whether spinners get it for them, whether the pacers get it for them, but the focus has to be on taking wickets. The focus has to be being tight when it comes to, in all the 3 departments, especially in all the 2 departments, especially fielding. So that has to be the key. Wickets has to be the key, and they might bring spinners early. as part of their strategy, because this is a track which is helping spinners, as we all know. So spinners might come in, and they will get some early breakthrough for the Indian side, and this is what they require at this point in time to actually clinch this match and go to the next match, to the semi-finals with a winning momentum. It's not just about Narayan, thinking about that this is a dead rubber and now we have entered to the semi-finals. This is all about winning and winning with a big margin, or having a tight competition, and that has to be the attitude throughout the match in order to clinch the Champions Trophy. Because you remember last time when we won, the mindset was completely different this time around, and it's looking absolutely phenomenal, brilliant. So in order to clinch the Champions Trophy, in order to hold that trophy and celebrate, the mindset has to be just win, win and win, and not to think that now that we have reached semi-final, this is a dead rubber, and even if it lose this particular encounter, that would be okay for us. So the mindset has to be changed, and mindset changes everything when it comes to cricket, Narayan.
Definitely, as you said, mindset changes everything, but the target here is 250, and we are hoping that the way India batted throughout the tournament, they have an advantage here. Coming to you, Ajay, the way things happen, and right now 1 wicket down is here, and Rachinravindra out, the big headache for India. So do you think that this match is also a battle of table toppers? Who will win? That team will be at the top of the table, and that team, the table topper, will play Australia, the team at the number 2 position in the Group B. So in that concept, what do you think? Which opponent is better suited to India, whether South Africa or Australia?
That's a tough one, but I definitely feel India might just like to play South Africa. Because there have been chokers we saw in the World T20. Australia, yeah, but they might be missing some top players, but still they're a very good side. So I feel, but see, again, you want to win this game. There is no reason why you don't want to win this game. If you can, win this game, play Australia as well, you want to go with the momentum, that confidence, that mindset that Siddharth was mentioning about. So I think, those are important points. But I feel, personally, that India, if they play South Africa, because they have choked in the past, we have seen what they have done. World T20 is a big example of the final last time around, the way they were cruising at one stage and then they lost that game. So if you pick up the two teams, I feel South Africa, India would be preferring. But again, it doesn't really matter because you have to play a best cricket. Even if you're facing Australia, if you win this game, I think the confidence will be there for the Indian side. And remember, Narayan, today, the big confidence is that you were 30 for 3 and still get 249. I know probably you're 25-30 runs short on the surface, but still getting to close to 250, I think that's a big plus for India.
Ajay, a quick question and quick answer from you. India are playing all their matches in Dubai, so they are familiar with the condition and pitch. So how this factor is advantageous for India?
Big one. Because, the dimensions, as a player, I can tell you, Narayan, when you're playing at a particular venue, you're practicing, the conditions, you're batted there, top order has got runs there. Virat has got 100 in this tournament. Shubman has got 100. Those are feel-good factors for a batsman. For a bowler as well, similar thing. So I think that's going to be a big advantage for India because, they have been there, they're stationed. But the only issue is the gap between the semi-final and today is just 1 day. So the recovery time is not going to be much for, the Indian side. Same with New Zealand as well. But I think whatever it is, I think India will have advantage playing in Dubai.
Definitely, India has an advantage playing all their matches in Dubai. Siddharth, a last question and very quick. Talking about the whole tournament, the way India performed, winning their first two matches, first against the way they played against Bangladesh, then Pakistan. So overall, what is your assessment for the Indian side?
Oh, definitely. They are a phenomenal side, Narayan. They are the best in the world. We have the best batters in the world. We have a good pace battery. We have good spinners. And spinners definitely, are highlighted because this track favors spinners. And like you were also mentioning, and our honorable guest was also mentioning, that they are now familiar with this particular track because all the matches they are playing is happening in Dubai and they are particularly familiar with the track they are playing on. So that's going to be a very big advantage. And the side they're a very dangerous side. At times when it's required, they can just go beyond the boundaries and then they can, they win matches for you. And that is the quality of the Indian side. Talking about Rohit Sharma, in crucial encounters, they are entering into the semi-finals. When and he will hit some big numbers. The opposition just stands there and look at the ball, and only the option they have to catch the ball is to fly, which they cannot. Apart from that, Shubman Gill is a classic batsman. You have Virat Kohli just scored century in the last encounter. Win big matches for the team. You also have some. You also have now in-form batsmen in form of Shreyas Iyer. You also have Akshar Patel, who can make runs for you.
Right,
and you also have Hardik Pandya, who is an all-rounder. So all in all, this side is a very nice and dynamic side, but it's just about who plays better on the given day. So in the semi-final, they have to put their best foot forward.
Right,
and they have to,
Siddharth, and right now,
in order to win,
New Zealand is batting at 23 for 1. They have lost 1 wicket, and the way India started the innings, it's looking good, and Rachinravindra is back to the pavilion, and we are hoping that in the coming overs, India will take few more wickets and they will be on driver's seat. So, fantastic performance here by the Indian batsmen. We are hoping that the way they performed in the first innings after a rare top-order failure, they bounced back and posted a fantastic target, we can say. If you talk about the conditions here. So, thanks gentlemen for joining us and giving a wonderful perspective of this match, and we are all hoping.
Thank you, Narayan.
And glued to your screens, and the way things will pan out, we will keep you updating about this important and the final match of the group match of the Champions Trophy. And it doesn't matter who will win, who will lose, as both the teams have already booked their places in the semi-finals, but it will decide who will top the table. So thanks for joining us, and we will keep you updating with the latest updates of the ICC Champions Trophy. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.
In a world increasingly shaped by climate challenges, we are all exposed to new risks. But efforts are being made to tackle these challenges.
Once you have per square kilometer accurate data, they will start mobilizing actions, and the top-down folks, will have an ability to focus on specific parts where the problem is.
By using locally grown food, we can not only reduce our impact on the climate, but also prevent lifestyle diseases.
I think this is extremely